Welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, the podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
It's going really good.
Hey, I heard that there's some bad weather this way a couple days ago. I mean, in terms of when we're recording.
Yeah, like we've reached a bit of a rainy season here, and specifically here at our current location at the library.
The library.
Man, it got wild in here not in here, but around here for quite some time. Yeah, we had some hail.
Hail? No.
Legit hail.
Hail?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hail.
Oh.
Hail.
Hail.
Yeah, man, like golf ball size.
Damn.
Some good sized chunks.
Yeah.
Ass falling from the sky.
Ass falling from the sky?
Ass. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I've been through some hailstorms, and it's kind of scary. I mean, first of all, like, if you're in a car, you're worried for the car.
Right.
Because you're like, damn, this is not.
This could do some damage.
Yeah, I can feel all these
every single
ice chunks. Yeah,
ping, ping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't. But yeah, hail can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, my plants outside.
Ugh.
They look real sad. Look like they done got beat up.
Yeah, especially like around here, this area has like concrete kind of terracotta-esque roofs.
Right.
Like
oh yeah,
stuff.
sure. Take some chunks.
Yeah, for
I haven't
sure.
seen any damage around the neighborhood.
That's good.
That I've noticed, but
Yeah.
Not to say it's not out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's nothing compared to what our friends, in the Midwest have experienced in the last couple of weeks. Because like that stuff, I don't know if you watched any news about that kind of weather, but dude, that's scary stuff. Like massive tornadoes and all that kind of of things.
Yep.
The that spring weather in Midwestern United States is no joke.
Yeah, shifting seasons.
Yeah, and interestingly
Stirs it all
enough,
up.
here in Florida, you would think that we would have more of that, just because like right now the ocean on both sides of our state is still relatively cool,
Right.
But the air mass is not. So
Warming
you would
up,
think
right.
that would affect it, but I guess. I mean, my meteorology degree is I've let it lapse.
Right.
I haven't stayed up on the certifications.
Sure.
So I'm a non-certified meteorologist.
Gotcha.
But you would
Still
think that-
practicing?
well, it depends. I can't really
Can't
talk about
claim
it.
on your taxes, but
Well, I did.
oh no!
Anyway, all that to say, like,
hail.
there it is. All that to say, weather is crazy this time of year, all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey,
That's actually a really good question. Like, what's the craziest like weather thing you've like experienced? Is it just like general like hurricane stuff here in,
general
that we get a few times a year?
Point out that like both of us are like, oh yeah, general hurricanes,
Because like it's just old hat for us.
Exactly.
Floridians.
Floridian. You don't get worried until it's like a 4 and you're like, I might should take my trash can inside.
Maybe I'll get some water.
Yeah.
Extra batteries, I guess.
Yeah. No. Man, that's a good question. I've seen some pretty decent flooding. I've seen some gnarly like tornadic weather. I've never been in a tornado, but I know like it's been close.
Right.
When I was younger, one was like in Orange Grove behind my house. It was pretty crazy. Like did the whole deal, run in the closet and hope for the best kind of thing.
Yeah.
But hurricanes probably the most gnarly. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, hurricanes are an event. Like, I mean, they're pretty wild to experience.
They're days long is part of the problem too.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like at the same time, it's you see it coming. You can kind of judge for yourself what kind of preparations you need to do.
Right.
Like growing up in North Alabama, like that was the tornado belt.
Yeah.
And you'd go through tornado warnings on the regular during the spring and summer.
Do you guys have the like legit sirens on post outside? Ooh.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
they just go off. And,
That is a scary sound. Like
Yeah.
someone who did not grow up with that.
Yeah.
That is a scary sound.
Yeah, and when I was probably somewhere in high school, they updated them. Where like before it was just like kind of like one of those old crank
Like air raid siren. Yeah.
and they updated them to like this voice would talk.
Nah.
And it was like
Nah.
it was a different
God?
experience. Yeah, like you mean it this time. Seek shelter immediately.
No.
Yeah, it was
no,
crazy.
I would rather the air raid siren. That's a little less creepy.
I mean, and those storms were, not dissimilar from like a hurricane experience.
Sure.
While you're in the it's just awful thunderstorm kind of stuff. But seeing the damage like is wild.
Yeah.
And there's not as much, it's about to start raining. Like there's a bad thunderstorm coming, but like you just don't know, okay, like where is that tornado specifically going to hit?
Correct.
Is it going to hit? How strong is it going to be? At least with the hurricane, you do have like, you can prepare.
Yep.
We know this thing is coming and it is potentially going to go right over us. So you can kind of get ready for it.
And you kind of know like, whatever, about 100 miles either side of the eye of the hurricane.
Yeah. You're watching it. So you're able to better prepare for the situation. Tornado, man, it just pops out of nowhere and boom. Not as much. Like we had to do tornado drills in school or get under your desk and put your head between your legs and
kiss your ass.
Bye-bye. But yeah. And then there was also a 1 year in like late March. We had an ice storm when I was in like middle school. I mean, everything had about 2 inches of ice on it. So power lines were down like crazy. We didn't have power at our house for over a week, and it was the wildest thing too, because like you'd go outside, and when the wind would blow, you'd hear like almost like wind chimes.
Wow, of like ice.
The ice like clinking into itself and things, and then you'd hear like really loud pops and cracks, and then just like entire like half of a tree.
That's crazy.
That was nuts too. Like that's definitely like probably the strangest weather thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like, half amazing and beautiful and half absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I bet.
Definitely never forget that. That was crazy.
I've been in a whiteout. Carol and I think I might have told the story on the podcast. Carol and I were snowmobiling in Montana. Mm-hmm. The weather was fine and everything. And then we came out on top of these two, like a saddle between two mountains. Mm-hmm. You basically come out of the woods and you're between two mountains and you have to get to the other side to like climb the mountain basically.
Right.
And so we came out of the woods.
You were hiking?
No, on snowmobiles.
Oh, okay.
Came out of the woods and just as soon as we broke that tree line, because it's between two mountains. As soon as we broke that tree line, just white out. And so she's
no
on
depth perception.
Not at all. Like,
right.
So you've been on like a 4-wheeler ATV kind of thing. It's a snowmobile is very similar.
Right.
You can see in front of you a little ways. Like I could barely see the skis in front of me, which are probably from where you stand on or sit on a snowmobile. They're maybe 4-6 feet in front of you.
Right.
I could not see those.
Right.
And I turned around and I could like see that Carol, she's on her own snowmobile. I could see that there was something behind me, but I could not see her.
Right.
Like, and I was like, oh shit, like this is bad.
Right.
And, in those kind of areas, and I know you've seen them in Vermont, there's like these really long poles that basically tell you like how much snowpack is.
Right.
And those in that area were spaced like every, I'm going to say maybe 50 yards, maybe 25 yards, something like that.
Right.
And like, I don't know, like you couldn't see that. And so we probably passed, because I was like, okay, we're just going to get to the other side of this and it's going to clear up. So we probably passed like maybe 3 of those. And I'm like, nah, we're turning around. And like, it was scary.
I bet.
Like, I'm like, no, this is not good.
Yeah. I can't imagine like being like out in it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in like, really dense fog kind of stuff where
pretty similar.
It's like you're nervous to like go forward.
Yeah.
Because you just can't see
you just
anything.
don't know. Yeah.
But man, I can imagine like actually being like out in it.
Yeah. Well, and
crazy.
Again, like I know spatially where we are, like you were literally on these two mountains.
Right.
And I've been on that trail before. So like, I know if you go, 100 yards to the left or the right, like it's going to be bad.
Right.
So there's not a, let's just keep going forward and see what happens.
Right.
It's like, we've got to make this
if we missed a turn.
Yeah. So like,
shit.
legit. So turning the snowmobiles around, trying to calm Carol down. Yeah. That was probably like the scariest, like immediate kind of thing. That just like came on real quick.
Right.
Yeah. It was.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Dang.
So anyway, you want to drink something?
Yeah. That's what you do during a hurricane. 3 days of drinking.
That's exactly what I did. All right. So what I have here, Kyle.
Oh yeah. Have you got anything unique? Maybe special.
No,
we could try.
Not really. No, it's it's just every day we run in the middle of Jack Daniels.
Cool.
Yeah. No.
Let's do it.
Well, I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. No, I have what I consider to be one of my personal unicorns.
Sure.
And what I mean by this is I think there's like a universal unicorn. And those bottles are things like Pappy Van Winkle, some of the one-offs for scotches,
right.
Especially like your 50, 60-year-old scotches. Like
right.
those are universally recognized unicorns.
Right.
And then I think everybody who's gotten into whiskey has a list of bottles that they want.
Sure.
So I'm going to call those the personal unicorns, things that I know I want, that I know exist out there, but I haven't seen.
Right.
And I'm always on the lookout for them.
Sure.
And I got one.
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah.
Nice.
I know. I mean, you can see it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you as excited as I am?
I am, man.
Okay.
Like that this is I totally agree. Like this is unicorn status.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in the wild. So the fact that there's one sitting on the table right here is a little nuts.
This is the Blue Spot.
The Blue Spot.
Single pot still Irish whiskey.
Hot damn.
The Blue Spot is, I mean, we've talked about this in the past. We did an episode, maybe about a month or two?
Yeah, a little over a month.
Yeah. On the Yellow Spot. And we talked about all the other spots.
Right.
Because we made a joke of getting your spots checked. You know
Totally.
what I mean? This is the cask strength spot, if you will.
The spot of all spots.
I hope so. We'll see. It is non-chill filtered, and for me, Kyle, this is a unicorn. This is a bottle that since we had that green spot way back when.
Yeah.
I mean, like at this point, almost 5 years ago. It was pre-podcast. I'm pretty sure.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. We did because we didn't have it.
Yeah,
on the podcast.
No, since I knew that the spots existed, this has been on the list.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there something about this one where they only release it like every other year?
I think so.
Which makes it an even more unicornish type bottle. And again, I could be wrong. And I feel like it's when I purchased the Yellow Spot, the proprietor of the store that I was at when I purchased that had talked about how he tried to get a Blue Spot and was unable to get it because it went so fast. Like he talked to his distributor, they tried to make it happen, and he couldn't get it. It just went too fast. And I feel like that's the guy who told me that they don't release every year.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it releases every other year. At least I just kind of did a quick search, a couple different websites, and from what it seems like, it's released every other year because everything I'm finding is a 2021 release. So
right.
I think this is the 2023 release. It doesn't say, at least I can't find it. Maybe it's on the bottle. I have the canister in my hand, so I'm kind of looking at that. The sleeve. But yeah, I think you might be right. Like it's released every 2 years. So yeah, you're right. It's even more rare.
Right.
But man, I walked into this shop. And it's a shop that I frequent, regularly when I'm in that area. I just like pop in, see what they have.
Right.
Sometimes I got nothing. Sometimes I got really cool stuff. They do a lot of barrel picks. Some of the barrel picks we do on the pod come from those guys. And I walked in and I saw it on the shelf.
Right.
And like, that like light that just kind of comes from heaven.
Like when Clark finds the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Exactly. That's that.
one.
I had that moment,
Yeah.
and it just went. I was like, "Yep."
The angel choir.
Legitimately
tuned up.
And the dude that works there was kind of like walking down the aisle. He's like, "Hey man, you need any help?" I'm like, "Nah, but I do need that." So it's like, okay. So he takes it and puts it behind the counter, and like I didn't even look at the price. And then I did I kind of walked down the aisle like I was super confident in myself. Woo! I was like, I just found a Blue Spot.
Got the
I
thing.
was like, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go see is this
Wait a second.
like, how much is this bottle?
Look at that price tag.
I did, and I was like, Carol's in the car and she's gonna be pissed depending on how much I spent here. So I kind of did like a little bit of a backtrack and whatever. I'm like, all right, yeah, now we're good.
All right, I can handle that.
I mean, it's not a cheap bottle, but it wasn't prohibitively expensive.
Right.
So I was like, cool.
Have you looked in like how much it is over there?
In Ireland,
Yeah.
I haven't.
I wonder what the actual, if you find it over there, what you'd pay for.
Yeah,
it.
I did.
How much is the
I did do a little bit of
import
research
markup?
a couple of years ago. I mean, everything's more expensive now, but like 6 years ago. So I think like not the last release or the last release one before that, 3
Right.
releases ago, is about $85 a bottle, but it's gone up about $40, give
Sure.
or take now. But I did do some other pricing just to see like, was this price a good
Get a
price?
fair deal.
Yeah, and the wine totalies had it for about the same price. So I was like, that looks about
checks
right.
out.
Yeah, that checks out. Because they'll put a lot of those kind of big box liquor stores will put prices of bottles that they don't get pretty much ever now.
Right.
So I was like, I feel good about this. It was a good purchase.
Cool.
So we'll see if it's a good purchase.
I can't imagine that it's not.
You want some words here?
Sure, yeah.
All right. First of all, I'm going to open the canister.
Nice.
I don't know if the audio picks up, but here we go.
Ooh. That's got some color.
It does have some color. I'm just looking for a date real quick, see if it says anything about. It does say 23 on it. So
cool.
Yeah. Anyway, the sleeve has a lot more words, so I'm going to read that. Is that okay? Can we indulge me?
I'll sit back.
All right. Settle in. Ready?
Yeah.
In 1805, the Mitchells, a family of Irish merchants, started trading at 10 Grafton Street in the heart of Dublin City. I'll be there in a couple months.
Nice.
Originally purveyors of confectionery, wines, and fortified wines. In 1887, the family expanded into the whiskey bonding business and began maturing and selling their own range of whiskey under the Spot brand name. The name, which endures to this day, was inspired by the Mitchells' practice of marking casks of different age whiskeys with a daub or spot of colored paint, with each color representing a particular age. This story continues through a whiskey that unites the historical Spot family for the first time in generations. Embodying the unmistakable qualities of pot still Irish whiskey, Blue Spot is matured for at least 7 years in bourbon barrels, sherry butts, and Portuguese Madeira casks, non-chill filtered and bottled at cask strength for a whiskey that is full flavored and uniquely satisfying. It's got some tasting notes, but
we ain't doing that.
I ain't reading it right now.
We ain't doing that.
It does have some tasting notes on the bottle, though, so we might read those eventually. But this thing, man, is bottled at 117.8.
Boom.
Yeah, that is a really, really high Irish whiskey.
Yeah,
Is that like one of the highest we've ever had?
Gotta be.
What's that red breast cast strength? What does that come in at? Because up until this point, that red breast cast strength is like the highest Irish whiskey I think I've ever had. And that thing was phenomenal. That was that was almost 2 years ago we did that episode.
Yeah, no, that Redbreast is
Wait, you got another bottle of that red breast?
I got another bottle of that Redbreast.
Oh my God.
I've had it for a while, and hadn't opened it just because, I mean,
You knew that eventually we'd find a blue spot.
It seems appropriate now. Like
Yeah.
I haven't opened it just because like I know how good it is, and I've been so interested in trying other things that
Sure.
I wasn't particularly ready to jump on board with opening it up. Just kind of waiting for something, and I think we found it.
What was that red breast at?
112.5. Oh. So you're gonna kick it up.
Five
proof points.
Yeah, basically. Wow. Okay. You ready?
112.6.
Oh, 112.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we do Blue Spot.
Yep.
We talk about it. We do the thing.
Yep.
I think we pair it against that yellow spot. You got some left.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to get the spots, and then I want to throw it against the red breast.
Yeah, we got to.
Okay.
I think that's appropriate.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's an ultimate Irish whiskey showdown.
Ooh,
And
title
like-
of the episode right there.
And that's what we've been trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
We said that at the beginning of the year of, let's do more Irish whiskey.
Yep.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. I'm so
And
excited.
at like such a high level.
I know.
Is pretty fantastic.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I'm not building it up too much.
Well, I can't wait. Honestly, like I kind of almost want to pour them all at the same time. We can talk about them individually, or I guess we could just, we can always dip back into it. I just want to see what they all three look like in the glass too, because I don't know if I remember the Redbreast being as dark as that appears to be.
Yeah, I don't remember either. This is a fresh crack.
Ooh, like a nice fresh crack.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know the answer to this, but did you hear that?
I heard it. That was a crisp pop.
That was a crisp pop. May I pour for you?
I'd be ever so delighted if you would.
Got some on my pants.
Mission accomplished.
That's how you know it's a Dreppin' Stone episode.
Hot snot.
That's gross.
Let's give the Blue Spot the spotlight.
Yeah, man, this is a pretty dark Irish whiskey. I poured myself a hefty pour. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, this deserves it for sure.
Oh, man. Okay. I would say it's almost bourbon colored.
Yeah, it's definitely, from memory, I gotta say the darkest Irish I feel like I've ever seen.
It might be. Yeah. Yeah, that thing's pretty dark.
I would have to pour out the only thing that I would think maybe Connemara.
Yeah,
Connemara's really light,
That's
and
light.
I think
Straw water.
I want to say that Teeling's pretty light too.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm thinking we did just a couple of weeks ago for St. Patty's Day, we did a bottle of Jameson, and that thing is, like, clear.
Yeah, Jameson doesn't have any
Yeah.
color
But
on it.
this has got 7 years, and it's Asian bourbon casks.
Right.
So I would expect it to have a little bit of color, and it's got some color.
Definitely, for sure.
All right, you ready?
So ready.
Do a little swirly swirl first. I forgot to do that. Swirly swirl, a little bit of roly roll. Get that all up near the lip of the Glencairn here. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Man.
Damn, that is floral AF.
That's pretty.
Holy crap.
That's real pretty.
All right. I get proof right away. Like
Sure.
it's a little bit of a pop in the face, but in a like a hey,
Like a naughty.
wake up. Like a naughty pop.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Right on your ass cheek.
Ooh. Little squeeze on the end. Yeah. Yeah, but once you kind of like acclimate to that little bit of a man, it's really
I got butterscotch.
it's butterscotch, and it's like butterscotch and like bright. It's like really fresh.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking of, it said it right on the sleeve, like that they used to make confectionery.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of that like powdered sugar.
Yeah. It doesn't
Sugar sweet.
It doesn't lean like Duncan Hines vanilla sugar frosting sweet. To me, it's just like a homemade frosting.
Yeah.
Like a cream cheese frosting. Give me some honey notes. I got one nostril goes one way, one nostril goes another. One goes like honey oaty, and honey oaty, and one goes like bright fresh apple, like almost green apple Jolly Rancher. Not like, fruity bar drink like sour apple pucker. Like it smells like bright fresh apples.
Right. I'm like digging for this. I want to say it's the barrel note.
Yeah.
And it's not like a deep, dark char like we normally get out of bourbons and things like that. It's more this like kind of like just like toasted
Yeah.
kind of a barrel note.
Yeah, there's a bit of like, I know bitter is a taste note, but there's a bit of a bitter on the nose. It's like I perceive that there's going to be some bitter back end here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite char.
Yeah, no, it's just like woody.
Yeah. There's like also fresh baked cookies, but like shortbread cookies.
Right.
But it's like the layer underneath that, whatever that bright poppy fresh note is.
Brown butter.
Brown Kerrygold. $30 butter
Expensive
stick.
brown
Yeah.
butter.
All right.
I mean, that's
Like
that's
I could
gorgeous.
I could
that's
just
cologne.
sniff this all day.
Bathe in it.
Yeah. Almost don't want to drink it.
Touch a sugar cookie.
I'm just kidding. I want to drink it.
Yeah, we got to.
All right, here we go. Going in.
Going in.
Enough sniffing.
Time for sipping. Oh man. Flavor is at a 12 of intensity level.
Wow, that is oily AF.
Yeah, really
Wow.
really thick.
Really clingy. That
Man.
mouthfeel is like that. That is the first thing I noticed. I mean, I noticed proof.
Yeah.
But that mouthfeel, holy crap.
Like I think just from like muscle memory for it being an Irish, like it definitely has like the Irish start.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time when you're sipping an Irish, it's like there's just, there's usually not a proof pop. But this one, like the proof builds on your palate and like really starts to cinch up everything halfway through, and then just kind of releases.
You're 100% right. Like, and I didn't think about it that way because I just like, oh, proof. But it does. It builds as it washes over your palate. And it's like friendly, and then like, wait, maybe it's not friendly. And then, okay, friendly again.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it
Oh my gosh.
it's once you've swallowed and it still is grabbing your tongue and it's still like building, and then it just like eases you out, which is just not usually a quality you get with an Irish.
No.
Usually like that Irish is just kind of like just smooth all the way through. There's usually not a bite at all. So to have that bite with it is really fun.
That is fantastic. What I really like too is that all the like bright, fresh sweetness on the nose, to me, does not come through on the palate. It's more of a warming, well-rounded, I'm going to say a thick sweet, but not like a dark sweet.
Right. Everything that I can think of is the same thing as the proof. Like every note has this like kind of surge of acceleration, and then it gets to a point, and then it just like slowly lets you go.
Yep.
Like the sugar right off the bat does the same thing. It like builds really fast, but then it just okay. It doesn't ever get to the point where it's like you got to battle it.
Yeah.
It just gets to like it like revs up and then just eases off. And then on the other side of the proof, there's the same thing with this like bitter note that like starts to come through really fast and gets to a point, and then like all right, that's enough.
Settle down.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, what I really appreciate about this too is that the proof accentuates the notes. Like the proof in and of itself like is a thing, but the proof accentuates what's going on.
Right.
Like so many high proof things, and I love high proof whiskeys, but so much about those things are the proof.
Right.
This, it's hey proof, and then the proof allows all the other notes to sing.
Right. Yeah, the proof is the volume. And it's not, and it doesn't contradict anything. It doesn't make the bad stuff or anything like that louder.
Right.
It's just everything about this is fantastic. So when it turns up the volume, everything just sings brighter.
Yeah,
Man,
it's almost like
so good.
I like that analogy, and to me, it's kind of like a like you're listening to a symphony or something on a decent stereo system,
Right.
and like you can hear all these notes, but then you put on like a really good set of headphones, like a really high quality headphone, and you can hear everything. You can hear the the shifting of fingers on strings, and the depressing of keypads on certain instrument. Like you can hear and kind of feel all of that,
Right.
and that's what the proof does here. Like initially those flavors are nice, and they kind of sing in the bottle, or they sing in the liquid, but then that proof just
Yep.
cranks it up a little bit. Now you can hear everything.
Yeah, all those levels are just peaked a little more.
Yeah. I'm also
Give me
getting
a
this
little
like,
bit of that
yeah,
tingle lips.
I'm getting some really nice bitter on the back end too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
And I'm kind of getting a bit of a vanilla caramel note.
I mean, it's definitely like I'm trying not to let the color of it influence that, but like I thought the same thing. Like it is more like vanilla-y,
Yeah.
but it has like it's like a toasted vanilla. Like it has like a little bit of a darker vanilla to it.
And God, man, that mouthfeel is thick
Yeah.
in a really enjoyable way.
Are you getting the same thing? Like it's not leaving my palate like oily, like slick. It's actually giving like it's ending with my palate having like a little bit of like a I don't know what the right word is, but it's
Dry?
not like maybe
Yeah.
like I guess dry is probably about the best way to describe it, but it's just like there's a little bit of I don't know like when you have something really oily and
Yeah.
everything is like slick.
It's almost
This is like I've
um,
got texture.
it's
left
almost like
over.
you eat like a really rich chocolate dessert, and it's like a
Right. Yeah.
yeah, like it's not dry, but it's like there's something really rich has happened to your palate, and your palate's almost like whoa, what's going on here?
Right. That's so interesting. Like I feel like normally like it has like that slickness to it and everything's just like but this like everything just kind of like
I totally know what you mean. Like
has like I guess it's just dry. I guess that's the right phrase.
like it's so funny because I
dryness.
know exactly what you're saying
Yeah.
because I'm experiencing it too. But like to put that into words,
Hey, I don't know what that is.
Everyone listening is like, what the fuck
What are they talking about?
But like it's that quality of like if you eat a really rich, almost like a pot de creme or like a fudgy, like a no bake chocolate cake or something, where it's just like a rich dark chocolate.
Right.
It kind of like leaves your palate like I don't know, like dry. I guess
It's just dry is the only thing I could think of that like kind of explains that. And it's not necessarily different from that. Like when you have like a dry wine, but it's in my head when I'm thinking of dry wine, it's like that almost like
crisp,
tanniny thing that happens
Yeah.
that I don't really attribute to like any kind of a textural kind of a thing necessarily. This is just like I expect my palate to be very slick because of the oiliness of it, because of how thick it is, but that's not how it ends with. Like the difference between dark chocolate and milk chocolate is like super accurate.
Yep.
It's like that when you've had like like a milk chocolate, like a Lind truffle kind of a thing, just how smooth and slick everything is.
Yep.
Compared to like when you just have like a piece of dark chocolate that's like you bite into that and your palate's just kind of left with that kind of
It almost makes like your
dry
saliva
nature.
thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Wow. Like that is incredible.
That
I'm so happy that I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, so often you get those kind of bottles that you're just like, oh man, I hope it's good. I just hope it's good, regardless of like, I hope it's great.
Yeah.
I just don't make me disappointed in it. Yeah.
Well, and for me, because I've been waiting for this for so long, and like I knew at some point, and I'm someone like, I know at some point I'm going to have it. I'm looking for it, but I'm not going to go like out of my way to go find it. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and
I'm not hunting that thing, like hunting it. Because I don't want to say like I'm past those days, but I think we've been in the whiskey realm enough to know of like, if you see it, it's either A, going to be like just stupid expensive and
Right.
you're not going to want to pay for it anyway.
Right.
Or you're just going to get lucky.
Right.
And I think I just got lucky.
Right.
And like hella lucky in this case.
Well, and for a fair price and all of that kind of thing. Agreed. To get it and for it to be this interesting, this good, this complex. I mean, we've both had bottles that we were like super excited to dive into.
Yep.
And you get into it and it's just kind of like, okay.
That was fine.
That was, all right, I've had it.
Yeah.
We're like, this is like definitely worth everything that you put into it.
Yeah.
The weight, the look, all of it. Definitely 100% worth it.
So. Yeah, and that's such a good point, especially, all of the listeners who have done that kind of thing of like, man, I can't wait to try this.
Right.
And then you get it and you're like, that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
And
okay.
Cool. Like it's not bad, but for it to
definitely wasn't worth all of that.
Right, but to pay off, like the payoff of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Hey. We have 2 other bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, I think this would do well to be thrown up against some other bottles.
Okay, here's my problem though.
Okay.
This is at 117.
Yeah.
I know that yellow spot is at 92.
Yep.
So I think it's just going to wash it out completely.
It's got to.
Which kind of sucks because I know how good that yellow spot is. I mean, we had it just to kind of acclimate our palate before we jumped to the blue spot.
Right.
Off pod. We were talking beforehand.
Yeah.
But
just to get back into the spottiness.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we should pair it against the yellow spot and then pair it against the Redbreast Cask Strength. What do you think?
I think it's I can't wait.
Okay.
That's got to happen.
Well, guess what?
We're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
It's another fresh crack.
Of what? The Redbreast?
The Redbreast.
Do it. Let me open the blue spot again real quick. Ready?
Comparison of pops.
Okay. Ooh, that thing was like
wound tight.
Poured up. There is nothing. I kind of ruined it. I'm sorry. There is nothing better than a fresh crack pour.
That first glug.
Yeah, that's it. Hear it again. Man, that's gonna be my ringtone.
Hey, look at that color. Across the board.
It's all basically the same.
Yeah. I don't remember the Redbreast having necessarily a lot of color, but
I don't remember that either.
They all kind of hold up. It looks like the yellow spot is a shade
lighter. Yeah, I agree. Well, now I'm holding up to the light. It's damn close, man.
From my angle,
yeah,
it looks a shade lighter.
Oh yeah, okay. Now, yeah,
just a shade.
Just a shade. Yeah, you're right.
Here's an interesting thing.
All
right, yellow spot, aged 12 years.
Correct.
So we got 5 years on the blue spot. Blue spot is cask strength.
Yeah.
Redbreast is cask strength and 12 years.
Interesting.
So it's like it's a really interesting pairing that they're all kind of able to communicate with each other.
I like it.
Yeah.
We gotta, you know what? We gotta get in touch with our old friend Michael Giacchino.
Yeah,
and be like, hey, listen.
Like, hey, man.
We know that you love Redbreast, Cask Strength.
Yeah.
You have that blue spot?
Yeah. And how's the Travelog Volume 2 coming?
Yeah, because we need that now.
I've worn out Volume 1.
That digital file is just like it's skipping. It's skipping all over the place.
Like I need Volume 2. All right, where are you starting?
Okay, I think I'm gonna do a quick rinse with some water.
Good call.
I'm gonna go to yellow spot.
All right,
because we just did blue spot. I know what it tastes like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to yellow spot and then start there.
Okay. Yellow to blue to red.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I don't know if that works artistically, but it sounds good to me.
Hey, they're all primary colors.
What's that?
They're all primary colors.
No, I heard you. I just don't know what a primary color is.
Oh, you can't mix these colors. Oh. Red is red, yellow is yellow, blue is blue.
Like you can't cross the streams kind of thing?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't mix. You can mix them, but you can't use other pigments to make these.
Them. Okay.
But green, orange, and purple are the combination of these 3 colors, so they are your secondary colors.
I believe you. All right, yellow spot it is.
Yellow spot. The yellowest of the whiskeys currently available.
Oh, damn it. I just dropped it all over me again.
Drip, drip.
Oh, yeah. I can see the similarities.
Irish nose. Yeah, it doesn't have the twinge, as much of a twinge.
Nope.
Which, granted, it shouldn't.
But it doesn't have that, like, bright freshness. It's a little more standard.
Well, and it's a bit darker.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
On the nose. Like, I feel like all the kind of the darker notes are coming up. Like, the sweetness on the nose is a little darker. A little bit more brown, sugary than it was confectionery powdered sugar.
I was gonna say darker fruit versus like bright apple fruit. But damn, that is a good nose too.
Yeah, I'd still.
That's delightful. I mean, I could just let's just sit here and smell it.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, everything on the nose here is like plum.
Yep.
Or like dark red apple.
Or like a ripe nectarine.
Ooh.
What exactly is a nectarine?
A little banana.
I could say that. Yeah.
Like past ripe banana. Like
yeah.
It's ready to go into some
banana bread.
Banana bread, yeah.
Yep. Not like black banana. Like
Not quite.
yeah, but it's got a lot of spots.
Yeah.
No sniffing time for sipping?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. That's friendly AF. Like that, man, that is delightful.
Like that's the fun of this.
Yep.
Like that's why we do this.
Yep.
And I would say too, rarely ever do I go from such a high strength back down to a level like this and still the volume of flavor here is still
Yeah.
maybe it's not like a 12, but it's still at a 10.
I'd say it's a 10, yeah.
Like
for
there's
sure.
still a crap ton of
There's
flavor
a lot
here.
going on in this. I would actually say the bitter note is stronger in the yellow spot.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. The volume from the proof in a weird way here is not taking away from those tasting notes.
Absolutely.
It just doesn't have that bite.
Yeah. It's all of the, nice rounded kind of big full notes of the blue spot.
Right.
But just not the bite. And the viscosity on this is nowhere near what that blue spot is.
Correct.
Like,
yeah, it doesn't give that weird dryness to it.
It's not oily. I mean, I would say it's not thick, but it's just kind of middle of the road. It's not watery either.
Right. And it's the peaks of the volume of the flavors.
Yep.
Where like here it peaks at a 10, where the blue spot it peaks at 12.
Yeah. Apple crumble.
Yeah. If you're thinking of like the baseline flavors, here you're able to pick up some like more subtle changes around that baseline because you're not dealing with the volume
That's good.
as much. So there's some subtle nature here that is a little bit more apparent, I feel like. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of a, like you're saying apple crumble, and I think that's like spot on. I'm getting like maybe granola or like maybe like
Totally.
oats.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, I'm going to save just a bit in the glass. So
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Rinse again,
Yes.
and then go to Redbreast, because really the pairing here is Redbreast and Blue Spot. Like as much I wanted to come back to Yellow Spot just to get that sense, but that's really the pairing.
I agree, but I'm kind of thinking coming from Yellow Spot, is it going to be a weird jump?
Oh,
Spot to breast, back to spot? I don't know.
okay,
Let's try it that way.
Okay.
Because I think proof is still probably the way to acclimate.
all right. So we're going Redbreast.
Yeah, let's go Redbreast 112.6.
Do it.
So that's going up from the 92.
So 20 points.
Yep.
Math. Little roll.
That's the majority of the way. Okay. Color-wise, again, there's not much of a distinction between red and blue. Yellow is just a shade off.
Yeah, I would say Redbreast and Blue Spot basically the same color.
Yeah. Nose?
Whoa, that's interesting. Again, quintessential Irish whiskey notes. You get shortbread, you get some buttery nature.
I'm surprised how floral they are.
I was going to say that.
Both blue and Redbreast are reaching this like potpourri-esque
Yeah,
level for me.
100%. It's like you see like a field of wildflowers and you just like imagine what that would smell like in full bloom. Or you walk into a Kirkland store. For those of you who don't have Kirkland stores, we've mentioned on the podcast before, but Kirkland stores smell like your mom's house
They smell like Kirkland's.
or your grandma's house.
Like on level 10.
Potpourri.
Yeah.
Do you say potpourri or po? Is it pot? Well, it's P-O-T.
I think it's like it's a
Potpourri.
cat that is
What?
on the lower end of the economic scale.
A potpourri? I was like, where's it going with that? A potpourri.
It's a potpourri.
Okay. That's pretty good. I was like, what is he? Okay. I would almost venture to say that the Redbreast is even more friendly than the Yellow Spot, but it's at a higher proof.
Right.
Ooh.
I had to go ahead and pull up blue.
Oh, you're going back and forth?
Well, just to compare the noses.
I can do that. Oh.
For me, they're really similar.
They are.
But I'm going to say blue edges a little more towards like a fruity sweetness, where Redbreast edges a little bit more towards a floral sweetness.
I agree. I was going to say blue's a little fruitier. Redbreast is a little more rounded and like floral, but like a darker flower, if that makes sense. I'm going in on the redbreast.
Going down.
Here we go. Oh,
Baby.
To me, that butterscotchy kind of bready nature is a little bit more prominent on the redbreast. Ooh, I just got a little bit of a hug on the redbreast too.
Oh man.
Wow. Okay. They are honestly remarkably similar.
Yeah, they're really close, and it's like a pie crust.
That's not bad.
A la mode.
Yeah.
And you still got some of the jammy pie filling on it.
Yeah.
A little bit of that melted vanilla bath.
Yeah, it's not an apple
soaking it
pie.
up.
It's not an apple pie. It's a I don't know. It's like a berry pie, like a dark berry pie. This redbreast, but a la mode for sure. A little bit of vanilla notes and like that like vanilla ice cream with the black vanilla beans in it.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Okay, the redbreast cask strength also has a little bit more viscosity than the yellow spot, but not quite as much as the blue spot.
Right. Agreed.
So I'm going to say that that's probably a quality of maybe proof. But although I've had some high proof stuff that just washes easy, so I don't know. Ooh,
Man, they're remarkably similar.
You already gone back and forth?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You
But no, just like
from memory.
from what I'm thinking of, like I'm getting a touch of that dryness. I don't think that barrel-y barrel note, the barrel note is not quite as prominent.
Yeah.
But everything else I'm thinking of like is so similar. But I'm gonna need to go like head to head on them.
You want to do that right now? Mm-hmm. I say no rinse because you're already at the proof.
Yeah.
I say let's jump to blue spot and let's see what happens head to head.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Oh man.
How does 5 proof points grab you that much harder?
I don't know. Weirdly though, okay, I'm gonna say this. Yes, blue spot is 5 proof points higher, but redbreast feels more rugged to me. It feels more unrefined, and I think it might be because of how just like viscous this blue spot is.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're getting the same thing, but like the redbreast feels like when you compare the two, it's got spiky notes. By itself, it really doesn't. But when you go to the blue spot, where the blue spot's like just well rounded, redbreast has some spiky nature to it.
I gotta think, man.
I'll let you think. I'm just gonna enjoy my whiskey right quick.
Oh my shit.
What was that?
Oh my shit.
Wow.
Like going back to redbreast, so much cacao.
Yeah. Wow.
Bitter cacao.
Like a super dark chocolate. What's that Ghirardelli? It's like 98% dark chocolate or something.
But like the powderiness of it too.
Yep.
Like that drying nature.
Yep.
And now coming back to blue spot, kind of the same. It's like putting them together is like, even though like it's got to be the same thing. They're battling each other of, no, I'm bitter. No, I'm bitter. Like why is that the nature that's like coming forward?
I done figured it out.
What did you figure out?
Read me the distillery on that redbreast.
The distillery.
Does it begin with an M?
Middleton? I mean, it just says Middleton, Ireland, but I don't see anything that says from said distillery.
The Middleton Distillery is owned by our big boy friends Jameson. Middleton Distillery distills redbreast and the spots.
No shit.
No shit. So that's why they're so similar. There you go. Wow. I think I had a hunch because like everything we're saying about the spots, I'm like, damn, like the redbreast and the blue spots are remarkably similar. Like they are just close. And blue spot and all the spots are made by the Middleton Distillery.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Man.
There you go.
Did we just get MGP?
I think we did. No, I think okay, so I think what it is it's that like it's the W.D. O'Connell kind of thing. Like all of these distilleries, you can, because of how the whiskey laws in Ireland work, I'm assuming that you can just
Fucker.
It doesn't say. What does it say?
It's not what it says, but they both got this brand on there.
Oh my God. There it is.
That is the single pot and still Middleton, Ireland.
There it is. Wow. How did it take us this long to figure that out?
This mark certifies this whiskey as a single pot still whiskey from the renowned Middleton Distillery, County Cork, Ireland.
That's on the yellow spot.
Yeah, that's the yellow spot. And on the redbreast, it says around that same identical fucking thing.
Wait. Guess what? It's on the blue spot as well.
Same wording.
Same exact thing. Yep. Distilled, matured, and bottled by Middleton Distillery, Middleton County, Cork, Ireland.
Interesting, though. I mean, on the redbreast, it says an uncompromising dedication to quality and to the enduring tradition of Irish pot still whiskey is the hallmark of redbreast.
Yep.
But, oh, man.
Okay. Well, I literally, I had a hunch. I was like, dude, they taste so similar. The redbreast, cask strength, and the blue spot. Like the yellow spot has some similarities too, but like those two taste so similar.
Right.
What's going on here?
Right.
Mind blown. But it makes total sense. Wow.
I mean, it makes total sense, but just in a very damn it kind of a way.
Right. Okay. I will say this though. Knowing that doesn't really change my opinion. Because it's damn good juice.
But it doesn't change my opinion on the juice. They're also they're very good.
Yeah.
They're absolutely delicious. That doesn't change. But it just makes me think differently because I thought we were dealing with
separate distilleries.
Yeah.
No,
so it's just like
I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, this redbreast is so damn close.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking for the differences here and I'm like, I wonder where is Blue Spot?
Like that's my naive.
I want to point that out. Like that was real time. Like literally, like I'm going. I don't know.
They're too close.
They're too close. No, I don't know. And they're the exact same shade.
Yeah. I mean, I hadn't even gotten there. Honestly, like I was still in the conversation in my head of it's Irish whiskey.
Sure.
You know, it's pot still. They're so close. It's the same island. Maybe they're getting their grain from the same place, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't even.
They are. It's the same.
I was still in the process of assuming that you're talking about like a Lagavulin compared to a Lefroy.
Sure, right.
Where like
there.
you're talking about like even though they're like across the street from each other, they're still different entities.
Well, I mean, in that respect, like hell, all of those Kentucky bourbons are within a 50-mile circle of each other. Basically,
it was just that conversation.
Right.
It wasn't the MGP conversation.
I don't think it is. In my head. I don't view it that way. I view it as the manner in which Irish whiskey, in terms of how I understand it, is actually what I would rather. I would rather like, okay, Blue Spot is doing something different. I don't know what that different thing is. Maybe it's just spot.
Maybe
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to feel.
I'm impressed though that you even got there
that
fast.
Thank you.
Honestly, because I wasn't even anywhere near that. I was just still operating under the assumption that we're talking about different distilleries. Ugh.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to make some judgments here. I'm gonna pass some judgments.
Sure. Yeah. Like lay it on me.
Of the three.
Yeah.
Even though like everything that we just learned real time.
Yeah.
That Blue Spot, I'm going to say it, is fucking incredible.
Yep.
Like that might be so far the best Irish whiskey I have ever had.
Yep.
It is incredible. It is one of those things of like, and I definitely built it up in my mind. And I think because of that, I was almost like just knowing I was going to be disappointed. Right. And I'm so pleasantly surprised that I'm not. It was what I wanted and then some.
Yep.
Okay. What about you?
I would say same. It absolutely, that's an incredible whiskey. Like you definitely cannot take that away from it. They're also as close as they are. They have their uniqueness to them, which is really interesting. The cask strength on the Blue Spot is, I mean, if you're going to go just like beat for beat, which one's better right now, you got to give it to the Blue Spot because the cask strength element on that separates it from the rest of them. It has way more of a bite, still has all the intrigue to the rest of them. Is it like the most well-rounded, or is it the most solid? Like, I don't know about that, but it's definitely like in a head-to-head like this, it separates itself clearly.
Yep.
And it's crazy that it happens in a 5 proof point range.
Yeah.
That it can like pull itself away that much. Man, I'm still just like dealing with the information.
Yeah.
That it's all just the same thing.
You need a moment with your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I'm still just thinking like.
But can I just say, like, to be fair, that's a lot of the whiskey world. You think about Buffalo Trace. You think about Jim Beam. You think about Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
All of these things are just variations on the same thing. Now, we don't know, is Blue Spot legitimately like a different mash bill? It could be. I don't know that for sure. We didn't go that far.
Yeah.
But there's no difference in, Wild Turkey and Wild Turkey rare breed in terms of like, I kind of view it in that way.
I'm trying to. I'm just in real time, just like coming to the realization of it is just like not allowing my brain to be like, like absolutely.
You've been fooled by the marketing machine, and that's where you're like, nope, nope. Again, hey, it all comes down to marketing, my friend.
I know.
I love that. Like, I know our listeners, and there are people that like. When we were like just super excited about it, like y'all know there's the same thing, right? Like I know, and like good on you guys.
Good on you guys. And it's just like how disappointing in yourself. Like after 5 years of digging whiskey that you didn't even think about it, that you were just totally bought into the labels. Ugh. It's so disappointing.
It is,
and it's not. I'm not disappointed in the juice. The juice is great.
The juice is great.
Disappointed in myself that I didn't even like think about it.
Well, on that note, you got anything else?
I got so much more. I could go on for days right now.
I'm just pissed. I'm gonna write a letter.
Oh, I'm not pissed.
This is why I love whiskey. This is exactly why. It's these revelations and this like kind of existential. Oh man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, we want to know, what do you think about the Blue Spot Irish whiskey if you've had the opportunity?
Absolutely.
Nay, the privilege to sample and or maybe even own a bottle of Blue Spot.
Indeed. Yeah, what do you think about everything from Middleton Distillery?
You still sound bitter. Oh, man. You can get in touch with us through email. It's drippinstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drippin' Stone. Find us everywhere. Find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook. Find us wherever you can find us. TikTok. Like a thing, share a thing, comment on a thing, and we would appreciate all of those things.
I know how thrown off you are because you did not say DREP and Stone. Like now I really actually understand like how mad at yourself you are. And that's okay. I'm with you, buddy. We're here together to experience this together. This is why we make a great team.
I know, man. It threw me off.
It's okay.
I'm still dealing with it.
It's fine.
If I can be honest.
You can be.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, sorry.
Too
early for that.
That's okay. Listen, the listeners appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're in this together.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've got a compatriot to go along with.
I'm equally as glad that I could share this experience with you.
I wish you would have saved it to the end of the episode.
I did save it to the end. That was the very end. Listen, I'm happy to share in this with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we make a great team.
I'm glad that you found it out. No, I can't deal with it right now.
I mean, I know that we got through it together. We held hands. We cried a little bit.
Right.
I edited all that out just so like we didn't embarrass ourselves too much.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You can support the podcast by rating Drippin' Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one. You can also support the podcast through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/drippinstone. A lot of cool stuff going on there. We're building things. We're making some really cool content for everybody. And we hope you join us there because it supports everything that we're doing.
Absolutely.
And you can support the podcast by telling someone about Drippin' Stone.
Yeah,
that's easy. That's like the easiest way.
Real easy.
Yeah. Hey, like you saw something on Facebook? Just copy and paste that.
It goes back
Post
to that
it
whole
yourself.
thing. Like, comment and share.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Easy peasy.
like any photos we post, just repost them. Just give us some credit.
You
We're
know
cool with
somebody
that.
that's digging whiskey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just getting into it. It's like, hey, here's a podcast for you.
Yeah.
These guys, they try it all. They let you know if it's worth it or not. If it's made from the same distiller, they'll let you know.
They figure things out in real time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Trusted guys over there.
On that note,
Hey,
buddy,
buddy.
may your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Woo.
Yeah. Just this is Kyle.
Yeah.
The Blue Spot single pot.
Oh, man.
Still.
Nice.
This is the Blue Pot.
Yeah.
Nope. Caramel. Do you just daub water on you?
Yeah, my hands are soaking wet.
Okay. Take that out. Don't miss that one.
A cornucopia of dried fruit, lively spice with a butterscotch and barley finish.
I know.
Again.
I think I saw it happen in your eyes.
Yeah. I might not make it. Oh, nope. Not going to make it.
Oh, God. Oh, you left the door open. Come on in, buddy. Have you a sip of Blue Spot. Yep, Nick's going to have to get you out. Why did you not even notice that?
You sound a little bitter, bud.
What the fuck? What an opening that would have been.
I'll cut it.
However it works.
Yeah, it'll be fine.